how's it going? John here again with Fit for Knives. Today we're going to have a machete shootout. Okay, I'm going to be talking about these machetes, testing them, and let's see how they do. Now, the first one over here, it's not a machete. It's considered a sword. This is the Honshu Spartan sword. I'm throwing it in this machete shootout because that's kind of what I use this for. It's not like I'm, in 300, fighting Persians. Okay, it is a 440C stainless steel. The next machete is the Kershaw Camp 18. This is the 65 MN steel, the mystery steel. Then we have the Ontario machete. This one's 1095. And then this is the Schrade, SCHMB something, I don't know. It's the Priscilla, the Schrade Priscilla. This one is a 3CR13 MOV stainless steel. And then last but not least, we have the Outdoor Edge Brush Demon. And it's also made out of the 65 MN steel. So we're going to put these through some maybe rigorous, brutal punishment. I don't know. I've got, this is just kind of on a whim. I'm going to do the testing, and whatever comes to mind while I'm doing the filming is what I'm going to do to these blades. All right, stick with me. Let's get some testing done, and let's see how these blades hold up. Okay, so we've got our 2x8 here, and we have the Honshu Spartan sword. I think my idea on this one is let's do one chop and see how deep these blades can penetrate into this wood with one good chop. And then if I don't like that, I'll chop some more. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Let's do some more. So that's one. All right, that was 10. The Kershaw Camp 18. Man, good. The Ontario. Oh, I missed that last one. Anyway, onward. The Schrade Priscilla. Pretty good. And last, the Outdoor Edge Brush Demon. good. All right, so the next test is a single chop. Let's see if we can split a 2x8 piece of treated lumber with a single swing. Let's see which one does the best. Starting out with the Honshu Spartan sword. Man. The Camp 18. Oh man, like butter. That's nothing. I'm running out of lumber. The Ontario. Oh yeah. Schrade Priscilla. Oh man, come on. Try that again. Let me try it with this other piece. Oh yeah, chop through that one good. Fun. Alright, and now the brush demon. I'm going to try not to hit that split there, so let's try it. Do it again. Oh yeah. Man, that one felt really, really good going through there. So, there's that test. That was just a random one. You know, it's going to go through that stuff pretty easy. And you know, these machetes, you know, they're not built for chopping and batoning and splitting wood like that. I mean, this is for small brush, and you know, but I'm gonna be a little bit more brutal than that with them. But we'll do some small brush stuff. See how they work on that in that situation. All right, here we go with some more testing. All right, so basically, machetes are to deal with stuff like this, you know, small branches, brush, you know, clearing out things. So we're going to start out with the Honshu Spartan sword. And by the way, there's no damage to this blade, and I've used this quite a bit. So here we go. We're just going to go for it. Is this going to keep happening to me? I mean, it seems like every test, something like this happens. We have to come to the conclusion that something like this is not made to do work like this, okay? This would be a self-defense weapon. Do I still recommend this blade? Yep, I do. If it's a self-defense situation, or you know, you can't own a gun or anything like that, or don't want to own a gun, this would work. You know, I'm pretty brutal on tests, so you know, this one obviously failed. I hate that it failed because I loved it. Am I gonna buy another one? Probably. I hate that this failed. I really do. Ah, man. All right, we're gonna move on, keep testing, and see how everything else goes. Next up is the Camp 18. Okay, that one held up pretty good. Now for the Ontario. Alright, you know that one's not going to break. 1095, it flexes. You can sharpen it with a file. Pretty tried and true there. Man, these stainless blades scare me. A little chop suey with the Schrade Priscilla. Next. No damage. Coating wore off a little bit there, but seems to be intact. Running out of limbs. Brush demon. Woo. All right. Oh, we got one there. Look at that. All right. No damage to that blade. And you have to take in consideration, not only am I chopping through these branches and all this the boards and things, but the blade itself, when it goes through, it's hitting the table pretty hard. So that's a true test right there in itself. All right, let's do some more stuff. All right, for our next test, we're out in the field here. We're gonna chop down some small vegetation here. We're gonna use the Kershaw Camp 18, see how that one works, and we're gonna go through the remaining 4. The Honshu sword is not part of this test. Can't use it. Failed. Anyway, see how this does. Okay, next we're going to use the Ontario Machete. Let's see how this one works out. Next, we're going to be using the Schrade Priscilla. See how this one does. Okay, now we're going to try out the brush demon. This is the shortest and probably lightest of the machetes we have here, so let's check it out. Well, it looks like I'm the king of knife failures here recently. We had a failure on the Honshu Spartan sword, so it didn't hold up in the Machete shootout. But I mean, this really isn't made for that type of application. I mean, this is more of a weapon, self-defense. I think I'm going to make a short video on this failure. You know, if you guys want me to do that, leave some comments if you're interested. Now, one good thing about this, I can probably make a blade out of this. I mean, it's long enough to actually be like a really large chopper. Put some micarta handles on it or something like that. That might be cool. Anyway, Honshu sword, it's out of the running. So next, let's look at the Kershaw Camp 18. Did really good. It's a heavy machete, very thick. You know, this is like 3/16 steel. It's made out of the 65 mm steel, and the handle is really comfortable. I love this handle on this thing. Now, the only problem with this machete is when you're cutting brush or small trees or anything like that, this thing wants to cut right through there really quick, and it wants to keep going. So you got to be careful with a machete like this. I mean, if you look at the footage, some of it, you know, when I'm cutting through those trees and small brush, you know, this thing has so much weight to it, it just wants to continue on. So I had to really watch myself so I didn't injure myself. So just be careful with this one. Got a lot of weight to it. Let's move on to the next machete. This is the Ontario machete. This one's tried and true. You know, I think these are military issue, made out of 1095. It does flex. If this machete had this handle, it would be awesome. Now, I do have to say this about this machete is it doesn't have a tip like the other machetes here. I mean, really, these two are more like swords, like short swords, really. I mean, they have really sharp tips on them. They have thicker blades. They don't flex like this one does. This is a true machete. This is a tool. This is something you can use year after year and never have to worry about it. This is a great tool to have. It did well in the tests, and I think this would be something that you'd be happy with. Now, the Schrade Priscilla, this is a different, I mean, this is another short sword, in my opinion. It's made out of the 3CR13 MOV stainless, which is, man, I'm very iffy about these stainless blades. Look what's happening here. I mean, you know, we had a failure with the Schrade. We had a failure with the Honshu. That's the only downside of these blades. Now, is this one gonna break? I don't know. It might last for years, but you never can tell. The handle on this one, super comfortable. Love it. Doesn't have a lot of flex to it. A little bit though. It does have a little bit of flex, and it's not as thick as the Kershaw. Would I recommend this? Yes, for light work, absolutely. Now, moving on to the Brush Demon from Outdoor Edge. This is a little surprising little machete right here. I really like this machete. It's 65 mm, but it's not this thick. So I don't think you're gonna have an issue of failure like you would in something this thick. I could be wrong, but I really like this. This is a great little machete for your pack. It's very lightweight. You know, you could put this in your backpack And you know, it'd be definitely a great tool out in the field. Which one of these won? I really don't think I'm going to choose a winner on these. I'll let you do that. And leave some comments. I want to know which machete you would choose out of this lineup. I like all of my blades, so you know, I even like the Honshu Spartan sword, but it didn't hold up to the rigorous test that I put them through, which is a bummer. But hey, it happens. It is what it is. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the 2020 machete shootout here. I've got a lot more videos I need to make and upload and everything, so you guys stay tuned and, you know, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and we're gonna do a lot more. I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for stopping by. This is John with Fit for Knives. Take care.